and welcome to the Sailing My Magic channel. My name is Duke and I am solo sailing Magic, my 2015 Lagoon catamaran, around the world. While I was sailing on my way to Fiji, I encountered a really bad storm. The 40-knot winds were okay, I sail in those all the time, but I was encountering huge waves from 3 different directions at the same time from various storms that were out away from me. And because of that, the stainless steel supports for my bimini top snapped. Some of the bolts at the bottom snapped. The boat was just getting jerked around left and right. And when those snapped, the bimini top came down. I ended up with damage to the fiberglass, the stainless steel, some of the electrical, the helm, enclosure, various things. So it took me a little while to get everything repaired and back in good shape to move on from Fiji. And at this time, I've just recently completed most of the major projects, and this is about getting my boat back into the water. Also, I had my first Father's Day in Fiji. They celebrated on a different day than they do in the United States. They had an excellent local band there for us, and just an exquisite meal, an excellent steak, best one I've had in a long time, and prawns that were to die for. There was some great risotto and also a lamb slider. On top of that, some mushroom and wine sauce. For dessert, we had a blueberry cheesecake with roasted coconut ice cream, and just a fabulous night altogether. It was great to be out on the water again. I really missed that, and there's a lot of dust and stuff when your boat is up on the hard, on the dirt. It just gets into everything and you track sand in on your feet and things like that. So it was great to be on the water, and there was still some projects that needed to be completed. The Helm enclosure had been started while I was on the hard. The templates had been made, and these guys do really exacting templates. What you see here are the panels of Sunbrella, and later on the isinglass, the clear plastic, is sewn into the panels, and the center of the panels cut out so that you have the proper way to view outside through the enclosure. And there's a center panel in the helm position that you can unzip so you can get fresh air coming into you or see completely unobstructed. Also, the panels are strapped and zipped to the hull so that they don't blow away and they don't gust in the wind. As a little celebration, we went over to First Landing. They were going to have some fire dancers at night. They started off with some acoustic guitars, and then they worked their way into the locals that were dancing. And they started off first showing the different types of dancing. As an example, Hawaiian dancing is more with the arms. South Pacific dancing is more with the hips. We also had some examples of the men dancing. The way that the men dance requires a lot of thigh strength. Men and women do dance together. They're dancing for the audience, obviously, but the types of dancing that they do are somewhat different. When it came time for the fire dancing, they shut the lights off so it would look more spectacular, and it really was spectacular. And I'm not sure what they were using for a accelerant to make the flame, if it was gasoline or something else, but you could feel the heat from 20 feet away. and I had to keep moving to different spots to try to keep out of other people's way so I could film. As usual, the GoPro has a very wide-angle lens, so you have to get close. I liked the way that they would build up excitement during the dancing. They would start out with one person doing the fire dancing to get your attention and you could focus on him, then 2 people, then 3 people, and eventually into a big group. Both men and women do the fire dancing. I noticed that the women tended to have smaller flames, but multiples of them, and I was wondering if that had to do with the weight of the fuel as they were swinging it around. Fire dancing actually is dangerous. There were a couple of occasions when the chemicals from the flame would drip on the ground and still be burning. There was a couple of times when the flame caught the clothes of the dancers and had to be put out quickly, but they still kept twirling their fire batons, I guess you would call them, torches. And you have to hand it to them for going through this and having the flame that close to them all the time. When the women switched over to working in concert with each other, then they really got going. The men must have taken a moment to refuel their torches because the flames got very big and the throws got very big, but I could still feel the heat from way far away. Then a superb ending. They had people standing on each other's shoulders or standing on each other's thighs. So stacked up people all twirling and throwing the torches in different directions. It was a great time. Please click on like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's totally free and it does help me.